Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to the next episode review of Failure Frame, episode 11. And now we get how when those the whole swarm of monsters are coming in, how they already get our gang's going to get out of this, But more on that though. But just really quick talk about the ending, I'm like, no, you're not going to kill off Eve that easily, right? Because I've grown to like that character too, And especially after when Sarah's and Toga saying, you better come back alive, Because otherwise Liz will be out a big sis, I'm like, that's kind of probably too on the nose, too obvious. That's obvious of a red flag. That's you're not gonna straight up kill her off that easily, right? I don't think so. I think they just let that obvious cliffhanger, just to get a reaction, right? Because I think that Eve will not be killed off in that ending. No. But anyway, going back to the beginning, like how they're gonna plan to take on these monsters. Well, first Eve said that she'll take responsibility. She'll act as the sacrifice, since she's the one who oozes her carelessness and all that. But then Toga goes and says, "No, you're not sacrificing yourself. You're not doing that. I'll be the one to act as bait. I'll draw him away with Pigamaru and Sly. So I'll be the one. You guys go and hide in the cave, right? I'll handle this." So with Toga, he says having Sly transform into a full-fledged that demon horse that he was from before, and they're gonna drive him away. And although even though more distance he gets distance himself from, he's not gonna get any extra points. So he's draining all of his mana points down. So he's gonna go back. He's gonna turn around and take all the rest of them out. And until the very last point is when he executes all the spells he has, and then he starts leveling up, getting more and more points. And now, of course, and I always said that the animation has been improved, especially on the characters when they're standing, have exposition in 2D, 3D motions, right? They've done a great job improving on the animation on that. Now, of course, when the action happens, when the monsters are in 3D, yes, it's obvious that those are gonna, especially when it's in a whole swarm of hordes of monsters. The animation is not gonna be holding up. I get it though, right? I fully understand, because you have a whole bunch of monsters in one scene. Yes, the 3D animation is obvious. Yes, but like I said that they've done a great job with the 2D. Of improving on the 2D, obvious 3D animations when the characters are not standing having conversation, right? It's obvious, right? They've done a great job with that. They've improved on that, which I'm glad for. Yes, but when it shows that they're having a horde of monsters in one scene, yes, it's hard to do with the 3D animation like how it is, right? So the animation on these monsters is so obvious. It doesn't hold up well. I get it. I totally understand that though, especially when there's this one scene where there's one big monster with this big red face. Yes, it doesn't hold up well. I give it that though, but there's more to the show than the obvious 3D animation, right? I know that's one of the biggest gripes of this series has been since the criticism of this show has been, bro. I know it's not perfect, I know that, but I think I've enjoyed this show a whole lot more since it's improved on a whole bunch of things. And I know when it comes to the animation of the monsters, I know it's obvious. But all that aside, though, Toga had taken all these monsters, using all these spells with the help of Pigamaru, using the range, and then riding on Sly, and Jesus been leveling up, up, and up. And then we do cut to back with Toga's classmates, right? Two of them have died, And the one, it was a Yasu, the guy. He was the one at the very start of the series, the first episode. He was the one when Toka was about to be banished. He was looking for what he was standing right next to him. He was the one who was like, he turned for help, and he was the one in the flashback that Toka had stood up for. But then it ends up that guy turns out to be a complete asshole and laughed in his face, calling him a loser before he was banished. That asshole. And so he's the one. Oh, two of the classmates died, and Shogo, the girl that one of the girls that sympathize for Toka, right? It's like, hey, two of our people died, and the guy, the asshole Yosu, just says, oh, they were just weak. We have no time for the weak. Only the strong. Yada yada. Basically, screw the weak. It's only the strong that survives. I don't care who lives or dies. Just a complete jackass, Now, of course, the goddess, she's still the worst though, because she's the one who's the criminal manipulative mastermind behind this whole thing though. But this is a straight up asshole, And he's the one I like. He's also one I kind of just want to punch in the face as well, And he's just ranting and raving, running his mouth, Oh, and she'll go, oh, you're just better than me, You're S class, and yet you have not done nothing, You're S class, you haven't barely done shit, Just runs his mouth, ranting and raving like a lunatic. And then with those other classmates that are also bullies for shits for Toka as well, saying that it's just kind of like putting down on him, But to me, he deserves a big smack in the face, more, and then smack in the face, a punch in his balls, And then after all that, then Eve, while it's going on, she decides to go out and still wants to help Toga out anyway, so telling Sarah, hey, take care of Liz, I'm going out there. And then it cuts to the ending, right? She spots one of the girls, one of Toga's classmates. She's also the one, besides Shogo, she was also the one that kind of felt sorry for and sympathized with Toga as well, right? She was the one, a few episodes back, she was kind of scared and weak to fight, right? And until she finally did, and this, she kind of stabbed one monster, though, but of course, she didn't like it, though. And then this, when Eve walks in, sees, Eve says, hey, this must be, it's a human, right? She didn't approach her like she was going to attack her, right? And then the other girl comes in, I think it's her sister, I think. She's the one who attacks Eve. And I'm like, this comes with the obvious cliffhanger. She's gonna kill Eve, right? And Eve's putting together that these are some of the humans that Toka was with from the other world. And now, of course, she did something to her throat that she did kind of damage her throat though. But I mean, it's obvious that she's not gonna die. That when the girl starts it just cuts when it starts to lunge at her. So. I don't think they're not gonna make it that obvious that she's gonna die. I don't think she's not. So, but Failure Frame, like I said, yeah, the probably people are still gonna criticize is the 3D animation, especially when it comes to the monsters. Like I said, it's hard to do when you see they can do it, but the thing is though, when it comes to the obvious 3D, yes, that's where some people have to criticize it the most. Yes, I totally understand that though. But for all that though, I think the show has done a pretty good job since that 1 week break. They've improved on the animation of the characters with not too obvious 2D, obvious 3D exposition, standing mode. But I think the characters have gotten improved a bit more. I enjoyed our characters, our main characters, more. Like they just bonded as a big group now. And Toka is just taking on all these monsters with his leveling up, and. Yeah, so the 3D animation of the monsters, especially when it's in one big horde, doesn't look great. I know, I totally get that. But there's more to it than just the obvious animation, and because I'm growing to like these characters more. Like I said, I don't think I grow to like Eve a lot. But I don't think they're not gonna make it that so obvious that she dies. With the losing that Liz having to lose that big sister that she admires so much. Of course, with Sarah's Amaya, who admires Toka a lot. Says that Eve was saying that you're very fond of him. She's like, yeah, I am. Because I do know that Sarah does have some feelings for him. I know that. So, but other than that, though, I really, Failure Frame has really become a big improvement for this isekai series. Really been enjoying it, though. Like I said, I don't get the criticism except for the 3D animation. Obvious, yes, I do get that, though. But for the rest of the negativity of the show, I don't get it, though. I don't. But yeah, Failure Frame episode 11. The way things are going, maybe we will get a second season. So we'll have to see on that when episode 12 comes out. So anyway, that's episode 11 of Failure Frame. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you next time. Later.